Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name's Becs, very warm welcome. I'm an F1 working here in the UK in the NHS. I will soon be emigrating to Australia in 8 weeks. And today I'm going to be showing you how I train, what I eat and what I do in my spare time. I'm also going to be sharing with you how I'm feeling about F1 at the moment, so stay until the very end for that. Very warm welcome, let's go. Good morning everyone. So I thought I would give you a bit of a rundown on what this shift is. To be honest with you, it's the first time that I'm actually doing this, but from what I understand, I'll be going round to see patients with one of the consultant surgeons. It's only a 4-hour shift, so I start at 8 and finish at 12. So at the weekend, what happens is there are usually 2 F1s doing the ward round. One F1 will do the registrar ward round. So they will see between 50 to 70 patients with one of the registrars, and that can take 7-8 hours, so the whole day, and then you do all the jobs and you carry a bleep. I've done that shift, it's brutal. And then you have a consultant ward round who sees 8 to 10, 15 patients, and that's what I'm doing today. And that's only 4 hours. So very grateful that I don't have to be at the hospital the entire day. Feels a bit weird only coming in for 4 hours, but I think it's going to be really good because I can finish at 12, have some food, and then head to the gym and do some training. So today I'm doing my 3rd weight session of the week, and then I'm going to sit on the bike and just do some cardio. I find that cardio not only is good, obviously, for cardiovascular fitness, but I feel like when I sit on a bike and put some music in or just do a virtual spin class, it clears my mind and it just helps me to kind of ground myself. Because I think at the minute what's happening is there's so much going on with work, with trying to get organized for this massive move, with trying to figure out what I'm doing with, social media, things going on in my personal life, thinking about finances. There's a lot coming up to process, and that's okay. I just need to find a way to navigate that because I need to be very switched on at work, and I also need to maintain some kind of balance with going to the gym and good nutrition and staying healthy. But I'm doing okay. Probably not as upbeat and full of wisdom as my usual vlogs, but this is real life. We're human beings, right? So we're gonna have those times where we just have challenging times. We can't always be full of enthusiasm, and again, I think it's just about saying this is where I am right now and I'm just navigating it as best as I can. I'm still doing my affirmations, my mindset stuff in the morning. I actually have been gifted a journal, so I'm going to start journaling. I think I'm not a big journal person, to be honest. I think I do better when I just kind of sit down and process thoughts by meditating. But I don't know, I've been feeling really enthusiastic about journaling, so I might try that. Let's get to work.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world.
It is 9:45. We've actually just finished the ward round. I hope you can hear me. I'm in the bathroom, apologies. I don't really know where else to film, but I'm gonna go and get a coffee for myself and the other F1, and then I've got 3 or 4 discharges to prepare, and then I've got lots of results to chase, I've got loads of jobs basically, and I want to get out of here by 12. So yeah, 10 to 10 now. I need to call the consultant later with some results of tests that I need to chase. So yeah, let's get a coffee and I will show you what I'm doing in terms of what jobs I'm doing.
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do. Hold my hand and look me in the eyes so I can tell you how I feel, tell you how I feel every day.
Oh, all right, what are we doing? Need a bit of air. Let me just regroup a second. So it's 12:20. Sadly, I didn't have time to drink any water whatsoever, which is fine, nothing new. It's only 4 hours, but very intense, very full on. Had to organise 4 discharges. So when you, I told you, didn't I, that all you do as an F1 is pretty much prepare paperwork. So I had to write the letters for those patients, do the paperwork for follow-up, and then all of their medications as well. And that takes time, because if patients have had really complicated surgery, you need to make sure that the GP is aware of what they've had done, any complications. So some of these patients might be new to you as well. So you have to spend the time to go through all of their medical notes. And it takes time, and I don't want to just rush that for the sake of me leaving at 12. I would rather stay late and make sure that the paperwork's done correctly. And also, the consultants definitely wouldn't be happy if we just rushed, the discharge. So, but I managed to get everything done. And then I just had loads of little jobs to do, like, prescribing IV potassium for patients, or, telling the nurses to start drug charts, or asking for clotting to be done. I did a referral for a PICC line as well for a patient that's probably going to be with us for a while. I had a discussion with the lab because the assay on the analyzer for one of the tests that we do, like the drain amylase, was broken. So I was trying to find out how we were going to get results, because we needed the results before we could discharge patients. So it was a lot of technical stuff in the NHS that you're constantly dealing with, like IT stuff. And then I was just checking in on a few patients before I left. The thing is, as well, on a Saturday and Sunday, whilst the other F1 is doing the ward round, obviously you're the only doctor on that particular ward, because the other one's off with the registrar doing the ward round. So when nurses need stuff, they'll come to you, not because they're your patients, but because you're the only doctor there. So then you end up staying, sometimes an extra 15-20 minutes, because you're prescribing stuff for other people's patients, which is absolutely fine. I'm more than happy to do that. But it can easily, you can easily stay an extra half an hour sometimes, because you're doing those jobs as well. So you have to say, look, I'm here till 12. Anything that isn't done now, then the other doctors just need to do this. Otherwise, you could literally stay there all day, because there's always going to be jobs that need to be done. But I managed to get everything done. It was like bang on 12 o'clock. And then as I was walking out, I was being asked to do lots of different things. And I was like, guys, I have to leave because, there is another doctor on call today who's here till 8:30 or 9 o'clock tonight. You're going to need to just ask her, unless it's urgent, and then I'll do it. But if not, I'm leaving at 12. But I managed to get all of the jobs that I was asked to do done, which feels really, really good. So I hope tomorrow it will go well. But right now, I haven't managed to eat. It's 12:30, so I might just have an apple on the way to the gym. Very excited to be able to just have an afternoon off. It feels really strange, actually. Not being at the hospital the whole day. I've never worked a 4-hour shift before. Never. I mean, as a personal trainer, I used to just do like 4 clients back to back and then leave. But as a doctor, I've never actually worked 4 hours. It's always been either 8 or 9 hours or long days. So it feels very, very nice. Anyway, I'm going to go to the gym. My plan is to do strength training and then a cycling class. I'm just thinking in terms of food. I'm thinking out loud, aren't I? But I haven't eaten any lunch, so I might just have some of this chicken salad. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to have the energy to do like a double session. And I really, 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 really want to do that today. So I've just got some chicken breast and some salad and a protein pita bread. So I might just eat half of this and then drive to the gym, which is like 15 minutes away. So yeah, I'll have a bit of this. I keep my lunches when I go to work super simple. And to be honest with you, I eat the same thing every day, pretty much. I eat 4 chicken breast slices from Tesco Finest, already cooked. I just open the packet, throw them into some Tupperware. Simple salad with dressing and a pita bread. It's literally the same thing every day. And then I have an apple and a protein shake as a snack. Porridge for breakfast and blueberries, honey and cinnamon. Same every day. And then for dinner, I have prep kitchen, and that's it. And then on cheat days or at the weekend, if I'm not tracking calories, or then I'll have some candy kitten sweets and a bit of chocolate. And then from time to time, I'll have a protein bar. So my diet is very, very simple, but I just focus on healthy, high protein food. And I just love it. Love eating healthy. I'll try and take you through my workout today. So I do 3 strength training sessions a week. And 3 45-minute cardio sessions, usually on the bike. My strength sessions are full body. I eat the rest after. Right, I'm going to drive to the gym. Get changed. And I'll see you there.
You only my mind. No matter how hard I try, you only my mind. You only my mind. You only my mind.
Or slightly higher. For today's ride,
Let's test it out. And sit. Right, we're just going to one more time. I'm going to end it here before I stand.
So it's usually a 25-minute drive back to the flat from here. However, I always check, because I have to go on the M5 and sometimes it can get really, really busy. I always just check and make sure that there's no congestion but anyway, it's just told me that it's going to take 45 minutes to get back because there's a huge accident near my exit. And it's funny, isn't it? Because our first thought always goes to ourselves, like, oh, I'm going to be delayed and I'm not going to get home for 45 minutes. And then I have to stop myself and say, hang on a second. I'm going to be delayed because somebody sadly has had an accident. And that could be the worst day of their life. You just never know, do you? I stop myself and I say, don't complain. All I have to do is just sit in the car for a little bit longer. That's fine. I can handle that. And I've got lunch with me. It's 25 to 3. I'm actually going to eat before driving back because it's going to be at least a 45-minute drive home. But it's fine. I might even get another coffee on the way back. that will be my 4th coffee of the day, but why not? So yeah, I'm gonna eat the rest of this salad, have this wrap. That was such a good session. I did the new trip. If you haven't tried the Les Mills classes, they have everything. I used to teach body pump, body attack. They have body combat. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the spin classes, because I'm not really one to kind of like, you know, dance on the bike or do weights at the same time. I like just pure cycling. And I just feel really, really, really good afterwards. Nice chicken and salad wrap. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday at 7:25. I start work at 8 o'clock today. I am working 4 hours today. I don't think today will be as busy as yesterday because I discharged 4 patients yesterday. So I think we'll probably only see, no, I'm not going to say this because I said this yesterday and we ended up seeing so many more than the patients on the list. So let's just see how it goes. I think we'll probably see about 7 or 8. And then I've got 2 days off, tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm going to the dentist on Tuesday to have my retainers removed. Let's go. So on a Sunday, I can park near the university because it's free parking. And whenever I'm doing a shift on a Sunday, I always walk through the university and I walk past this sign that says the University of Bristol. And then further down, I walk past where they held the open day. This was way before I even got into uni. And I just remember coming to the open day and some of the lecturers asking me if I was a parent and if I was here with my kid. And I was like, no, I want to be a student. I want to be a doctor. And feeling so out of place and feeling like a true imposter. But I thought, no, I have the right to be here. I feel like I have what it takes to be a medic. You know, I really want to share compassion and love and care for people, and I want to learn. But I felt like a true, imposter. So when I walk through this area now and I'm going to work as a doctor, it feels really surreal. And I think if I would have kind of given in to those feelings of, you know, feeling like a true imposter and then walking away because it felt too uncomfortable, then I wouldn't be working as a medic right now. I wouldn't be in a position where I can care for patients. And, you know, like I've said, F1 is really tricky, but I know things are not going to be like this forever. And one day, hopefully, as a GP or whatever I decide to do in the future, you know, I can really be the doctor that I want to be and make a big difference to patients' lives. But anyway, walking through here, and especially when I walk past the library where I spend hours and hours and hours studying for exams, it always brings me back to gratitude. And I look up to the universe or whoever's out there and just say thank you, because it has been life-changing. And yeah, some days I have not bad days, but you know, feel a bit flat. But walking through here definitely just brings me back to just sheer gratitude.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance? And
So one of the main jobs that we have to do as F1 doctors is prescribe medications. If you're prescribing medications such as tramadol or morphine for the patients to go home with, you need to do additional paperwork, and this is what we call a CD form, a controlled drug form, and this gets given to pharmacy with the discharge letter and the TTAs. So the TTAs is basically a list of all of the patient's, let's say, normal medication. So you prescribe the name of the drug, how many tablets you're given, the dose. I'm just walking back to the car. Honestly, I think that was the most chilled shift I've ever done. I wish all the shifts were like that. But we finished the ward round at 9 o'clock, so it only took an hour. And then I had maybe an hour's worth of jobs to do. Got a coffee, and then I asked the nurses if they had any jobs that they wanted me to do to help the other doctor on call. So I ended up doing some more like discharge paperwork for some other patients. And then I did some jobs for the team who are going to be on tomorrow, so Monday. So just like requesting bloods and stuff for Tuesday, which it's not expected of me as an on-call doctor on a Sunday, but I guess if you've got time to do it, it just saves them having to do that tomorrow, because Mondays are always really, really busy. Then I requested a CT scan, check some bloods, again prescribe some magnesium, calcium, potassium replacement, prescribe some antiemetics, did lots of discharge paperwork as per usual, and then left on time. So yeah, it feels very, very nice. I was going to go and do a spin class, but as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. So I'm going to go out in nature this afternoon and just go for a nice walk in the park. So I'll drive home now and I'll see you there.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors.
So I will finish this vlog in a second, but I've had a really, really nice afternoon just chilling at home. I didn't even end up going for a walk. I just came back and I just fancied a bit of time by myself in the flat. You know, hospitals are really noisy places, and sometimes it's just nice to come back. And because I live by myself, I can, you know, have a bit of quiet time, and it just allows me as an introvert to, you know, reconnect and recharge my batteries. I did a bit of journaling, and I feel like like I said before, I'm in this place of being a little bit like in limbo at the moment. And I feel a little bit off, a little bit disconnected from what I want to create in the world and how I want to be. Oh, why am I getting emotional about this? And how I want to be of service. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to get emotional about this. I just wanted to share some bits before leaving the vlog. I don't know where this is coming from. But when I was just journaling, some of the prompts were, you know, what are some of the feelings that came up for you today? And it's easy to kind of not connect to our true feelings and say, you know what, everything will be fine, or I feel fine. That's a British thing, isn't it? Oh, I feel fine. But when we sit down, and I think that's why I felt really guided to start journaling, when we really sit down and we sit with our feelings, and when we are perfectly honest about how we are feeling or how we've felt during a certain time period, whether it be that day or the previous month or year, when we can be honest with ourselves, that is the only way to assess if our life is on track, if our career is on track, if our relationships are in line with our values and so forth. And I think over the last few weeks and months, I've kind of just been getting on with things and not really being truthful with myself about how I'm feeling. And if I'm being perfectly honest, when I decided to become a doctor, I had this vision in my head, and I could see myself, traveling to places like, I don't know, Africa, and I wanted to be just really making a huge difference, like doing humanitarian work and volunteering and traveling and like Patch Adams almost. I don't know whether you've ever seen that film. And getting up every morning with this enthusiasm for my career and medicine. And I know it's just a phase that I'm going through, but I'm feeling like I'm not accomplishing that. I'm sorry, guys. And I think the reason that I feel like I've been, put in this career, or like I felt it was my calling, is because I saw myself as that doctor, that person who could bring love and compassion and light to my patients' lives. And it's making me really, really sad that I'm not really being given the opportunity to show up as that doctor, because my role as a first-year doctor here in the UK, like I said throughout the whole vlog, is mainly during most shifts, apart from when you're on call overnight or doing long days, and then you get the opportunity to care for unwell patients alone. But most of the time you're really just doing a lot of admin, and I feel very sad at the moment and very disconnected from the person that I want to be and from the doctor that I want to be. And things have to change quickly, because I don't feel like I'm living my purpose right now. And I feel very, very tempted some days to think about alternative paths, if I'm being brutally honest. I miss connecting. I miss giving people pep talks. I miss making plans for people. I miss encouraging people to look after their own health and to teach people about nutrition and exercise. And I thought that would play a huge role in me becoming a medic. And it will one day. I know it will. But it was interesting when I was just journaling a few minutes ago, that when I tapped in and asked myself, how am I really feeling about work right now? A lot of negative emotions or negative words came up. And I think that's why I've been feeling off. I also miss being creative at work and having the freedom to say what I like and to be 100% who I am. And I think that's what's really difficult for me being in medicine as well, is you definitely have to fit into a certain mold. Like, I was watching one of Dr. Faye Bates videos earlier, and she was saying the same. Like, she feels like she's trying to fit into a world that really doesn't accept people for being truly authentic. Like, you have to kind of change to fit in. And I'm a bit quirky, a bit weird, and I like showing up as that person, but can't really at work. I have to almost just change a little bit to fit in. But anyway, I have to think very carefully about what's next, because I definitely don't want to feel like this for the next 20 years. So I'm hoping that things will improve when I go to Australia. I just want to have a huge impact on people, and I know that I can. I know that I have wisdom, and I care for people so deeply. It's like it's all within me, but I'm not able to just let it all out, and it wants to come out, and I'm feeling very restricted. I think that's the thing. But anyway, I am very, very grateful to be a medic, and I wouldn't change it. I just need to figure out what my career path looks like. Is it a case of me becoming completely self-employed and doing something that is not in a hospital, perhaps building my own business so I can help people online? Or is it GP? I don't know. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. But thank you very much for listening. And this is just the reality. I'm going through a lot of shifts and a lot of feelings at the moment. So thank you for being with me on this journey. And I will post another video next week. And I'll see you soon. Take care.